Hi, welcome to Journey with Lisa. We are coming to the Wellness Center in Trapp, Pennsylvania, and tonight is episode 17. With me tonight is Rebecca, who is journeying with me, and we have our guest, Deborah Tray, who is our life coach. And Deb is going to coach us tonight on renewal, how to get a little bit of, juice in our batteries to get us revved up for the spring. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
That's so nice to
Thank you. We always enjoy having you on.
Thank you. Thank you. Springtime, and thank goodness it feels like we've reached.
Yes. Very nice.
Yes. And so with spring, we have that time of renewal, rebirth, rejuvenation, and set up how do you nurture that? One of the things is to begin your day, begin your day in that positive way. And, you nurture your family, you nurture your work, you nurture your job, you nurture, your plants. Well, now you get to nurture you. So when we started this journey, Lisa, we talked about it was all about you. And so when you have to keep nurturing you. And so to do that, you always want to affirm those positive, I am love, I am blessed, and begin your day in those nurturing ways. And when you're having a day that you just don't feel it, it's so important to go back to that place of nurturing yourself that you might participate in to nurture yourself with.
I actually started a ritual weeks ago, and I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. When I started the journey, I had started journaling, and I got away from that. And I actually started because I feel like I'm being pulled directions again. And you and I had talked about setting boundaries,
right?
Which is very hard to do.
Yes.
So I am back to living within those boundaries and start to journal, but kind of make myself a to-do list that I have, like one in the bathroom. So as I'm getting ready in the morning, did I love and approve of myself?
Good.
I'm practicing my morning instead of getting up and starting my day. I'm laying around in bed a little bit, just and just clearing my head.
Yes.
I guess it's like psyching myself up for the day. I had also made around the holidays a little corner of my desk, put an angel and a little prayer book there.
Perfect.
So when I have those moments, I turn to. So I'm making sure during the day I'm refocusing.
Yes.
And then at night I've gotten myself into a very strict practice of spiritual, practicing my spirituality and my prayers. But it is hard to
it's hard to remember.
Well, not to remember, and just to take that time for you.
Yes.
Because sometimes when you take time for yourself, like you feel guilty.
Yes.
Yeah, this morning Michael said to me, "Aren't you ready to go yet?" And I said, "I'm oming right now. Please," and move on. He's learned not to interrupt my whatever I'm
Your
doing.
time.
But because I have one in the morning and I have one at night before we go to bed too, and just don't talk to me. Don't, just let me finish what I'm doing, and then you can say what you need to say. And it took a long time for me to be able to do that.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I was just reading in the Jesus Calling book, which is a great book, and it said, to start weeding out your garden.
Yes.
And the garden is, like the people in your life, what has to go, who do you have to detach from, things in your life, what no longer serves you. And all of these things are all part of what we're learning on this journey, the emotions, food. And so that is my goal for the next couple of months, is to do this purging process.
Okay.
Which it's not going to be easy, because it,
But I want to encourage you to reframe that thought of, instead of it's not going to be easy, I am releasing that which no longer serves me so I can bring into my life that which is for me now.
okay, can you record that so I can play?
You got that, Kathy?
You got that on a card.
Yeah. Well, that was the other thing in this book. It's just like a loose leaf
Mhm.
binder. As I come across affirmations or things that resonate with me, I'm putting it in my book so that I can reflect on that. Because it's weird how the mind wanders and takes you places.
Yes, it is.
That are not healthy.
Yes.
For you.
And an entering process is to bring your mind back and you be in control of your mind, not your mind in control of you.
And that's sometimes how I feel. I'm sure you feel the same way.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes. And, part of this process is also the growing process. And as you're weeding out, you're growing. You're growing inwardly, you're growing spiritually. You're gaining in your body, for one thing, and in your mind, you're gaining strength. So you want to nurture and grow that. And, when you grow, what do you do to make this journey grow in a positive way for you?
I really think, and I know this may sound just a couple years ago, she called it her own cocoon. She kind of not shut everybody out, but just did not engage in activities.
Mm-hmm.
She just took care of herself. And
I have to ask you, what's horrible about that?
Well, she thought it was great. I thought it was great. I was happy for her. But then you have people, that still, and I'm sure we all have this one person in your life who just constantly, if you don't answer their email, they're calling you. Like, when are you going to get the hint? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, leave me be.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's something as part of weeding my garden.
Yes.
I have let myself be a doormat. And I have to stop that. I have to learn to set those boundaries and
And it's okay to
just to
say
do
no.
I was going to say, be okay with saying no. I'm so not okay with saying no.
it's awkward. Like, the first time you do it is really awkward. Some people, it's easy for me to say, I have issues with. And, it's funny because, like I said to my sister, she tried to explain to me one time, and I said, you don't owe me an explanation for anything. But I'm still trying to explain to people.
Yes.
So those are the things that I want to work on.
Okay. And this is a perfect time, the spring time, to do this and bring that new growth into your life. And the more, practice saying no, even if it's to your dog. Say,
You never say no to Pudge.
But and the more somebody pulls on you, and I know that you have a lot of people that pull on you, ask yourself, take that moment to say, let me get back to you on that. And then that gives you an opportunity to really say, is this something that I really want to do, or am I doing it out of guilt and obligation? And sometimes, we have obligations, but again, it's your journey. Is this an obligation you want? And if it's not, then you get to say, I think that I'll pass on that this time, or I'm not available right now.
I like that. I'm going to practice. I'm not available right now. I think I'll pass.
Feels good.
Take your power back.
You do.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you do feel that you have to do things out of guilt, and that really, it angers me.
And that comes down to my last point of love. You're nurturing, you're growing, and you're loving. So if you're going to do something out of a place of anger, that's going to project to that other person for one thing. The energy is going to go to the other person. And you want to project love. And love is first for you. And some of the word love is devotion. What are you devoted to?
Myself. That's what my new goal is.
There you go.
Good for
That's
you.
going to be our
The mantra going
for the
forward.
next couple months. Yep.
Your theme.
We can pretend we're stuck up.
And if you're not devoted to yourself, then everybody else is going to say you're devoted to me, and you get sucked dry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a, it's so nurturing to you to say, I'm devoted to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm devoted to what matters to me and to me.
And it is important to take care of you. And all of us, we so seldomly do that. Else. And we're the last ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then, sometimes you wonder, I'm a giver. You give.
Mm-hmm.
Never look for anything in return. But then when tables are turned, hello.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's kind of like, like my friend said, she put that shield up, and it's just amazing the difference in herself and her life. So I may take a page out of that book.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Also, tenderness and gentleness is what goes along with love. So you want to, as you're taking this journey.
That's probably my worst thing. I know one in this world where I would be as hard on me as I am on myself. Yeah,
Well,
I'm horrible.
After group campaign and did I'm not going to say it right, Oponopono,
I don't look at me. I can't say
something like that. I have actually been talking to myself. We can do this together,
Right.
Yes.
and it's working.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed doing the meditation consistently since Christine started working with us on
Yes.
that. Practicing the affirmations,
Mm-hmm.
loving and approving of myself. I really started strong a couple weeks ago doing. I've actually started to lose inches again.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing was when I started this, not Kathy, but I had said, when I lose 20 pounds, I'm going to quit smoking. Well, guess what? I lost the 20 pounds, and guess what? I didn't quit smoking, and I got stuck. So now I've been doing the tapping. I have cut back.
Okay.
And I keep telling myself I don't smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Mhm.
losing the craving. And I noticed, I was like, oh, I'm really losing inches up here again. And when I got on the scale, I went down again. So and the weather's nice. I'm walking.
Good.
It's awesome.
So I hope to get back on track
Excellent.
with love and tenderness.
Love, tenderness.
Mhm.
A quote by Marianne Williamson that I thought would be a good way to end my segment. Your inner life is like a garden. We haven't really thought of planting, which will be we could ever want once we tend its needs.
I
Absolutely.
like that. Yeah. I want to
Mhm.
write that down before I leave.
I'll give this
So
to
thank you.
You're
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Mary. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Does anybody in the audience have questions for Deb? For one of us?
How much weight have you lost?
How much weight have I lost from the man? We have our first male guest.
We have one on one.
And we have
Oh,
one
yeah.
online. Yay!
Yay.
I started at 238. As of this morning, I'm at 217.
Awesome.
So I have been stuck at that, at the 20-pound thing. And I really, the more we get into this, like the metaphysics
Mhm.
about the mind, it's amazing once you start to let go
Yes.
and you find the emotions,
Mm-hmm.
it starts to like over 40 inches. I'll have to do a chest measurement again because I did go down 2 more bra sizes.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Jared.
Bravo.
Moving right.
Can I just ask, you to summarize what you just heard from Deb, because some of the people who were on the chat room, we had a little bit of time, a lag time logging in, so the recording is okay,
Mhm.
but they probably missed what Deb just said. Can you summarize what you just learned from her about renewal?
Yes. This is a time for you. We talked about, getting into the ritual, affirmations, tending to our garden, and treating ourselves with love and tenderness. And, we don't have to be responsible to everybody else. Just you taking care of you will get you where you need to go.
Exactly.
Thank you. Okay, Deb, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, next up is Caitlin. And Caitlin's gonna miss a snack.
Yay.
Yes, food. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. How are you today?
Good.
Good. How was your Easter?
We did a buffet,
All right.
and I am allergic to seafood. So I had looked at the menu before.
Okay.
I knew that there was going to be seafood on the buffet. And I get in the buffet line and, like my psycho head thinking, God, what if they cross-contaminated and a spoon got something else?
Yeah,
So,
because that would not be
yeah,
good.
so I kind of, stayed away.
Mhm.
But I did good because you know what I thought of in the book? I had my plate and I walked around first. And in our support group, we're doing women, food, and God. And she does these retreats, and the women have to sit with their food. And then she talks about like what's on the plate. So I thought, okay, I'm going to pretend I'm going to a retreat, and we're going to have to talk about why I picked the food that I picked. And I didn't want people to like look at me like, oh my God, look at her plate. So I just went around the room and I only went once and I got foods that I liked, but I practiced my portion control.
There you go.
So I had some of my emotional comfort food along with some healthy food. I haven't had a soda since July 15th.
That's awesome.
So all the kids were ordering Shirley Temples. So I'm like, I'm going to have one. I'm thinking, it's Easter. Why not?
Treat yourself.
Soda, I took one sip and I thought, oh
Yuck.
my.
Is it bad?
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was amazing not having a soda and all that. So then I converted to water and coffee. But and then for dessert, they had this buffet and the pieces were nice pieces, but not like, huge. And all I wanted was half of the cherry pie and half of the cheesecake. So I did cut them in half. I literally took, and I'm like, this isn't very sweet. And I passed it all around the table. So I was proud of myself.
Yeah.
But again, I think it was that emotion of the fact that look at all this food. I can have whatever I want. So I had to practice, I only went up once, practice the portion control. And I thought of all these women in this room and I was proud of myself.
You should be proud of yourself.
And how did you do, my dear? I'll let you.
It was pretty good. Boss's house again.
Okay.
And we just had, there weren't extra people this time. It was just her family and my husband and I. And so we just had regular dinner. It wasn't a big fancy thing and we didn't have a whole ton of food. And there was just enough for her and I to have leftovers for lunch the next day at work. And the only one that complained was her husband because we didn't even do, usually before we do snacks and stuff, we had a veggie tray and a fruit thing.
Good.
And that was it. There was no junk food. We did have dessert. We had cheesecake with fresh berries. And it was good. It felt good. I had one serving and moved on.
Yeah, it felt good to have control. Like
Mm-hmm.
I knew that if I wanted to go back up to that buffet, I could. But I was satisfied. And then I kept thinking, well, am I really satisfied or am I saying that? And I'm like, okay, I'll wait a little longer. And then it passed.
It was like the mind game.
Yeah. But I did find myself looking at everybody else's plate. Like, what do they have? How much do they have? And I don't know why. Like, where are these thoughts?
Like why you need to compare it to everyone else.
Yes.
It's like,
Yes. But I will say what I did like about the buffet was that there were no leftovers to come home.
Right. Right.
So when I was hungry later, it was like, okay, what are you going to have? And a little banana and some peanut butter. So that was good.
yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
And I said no to the, well, I didn't say no, but I had my helping of mashed potato because I'm a carb girl. Potatoes and rice, noodles, bread, whatever, I love mashed potatoes. And I've got myself, I only have mashed potatoes on holidays.
There you go.
because if I have them, So I had my spoonful of mashed potatoes and it was calling to me. That bowl was calling me and the bread basket was calling me. And I said, I'm going to have more asparagus. I'm going to have, because asparagus. So
I like that.
yeah, it was so good. And I said, yeah, I'm having more asparagus. my husband's all, you really want potatoes, don't you? I said, I'm having asparagus. Thank you. Asparagus, leave me alone. But yeah, it was calling to me, but I didn't go back and have more. So that was a good thing.
It is a good thing to say no.
Yeah.
And like, especially now with the soda thing, like now I know what it's like to try soda and know that like, ugh. So like,
Right.
I'm not going to, and
It's
I was a soda, I was a soda junkie. So, and the other thing I was so happy about, I had no Easter candy.
Yeah, we didn't either.
We have a piece of that Peep. And he knows I'm on a diet. He literally, it was smaller than a pinhead. Yeah.
You're trying to help.
And we laughed about Peep. It was just the fact that it was there.
Yeah.
So that's our story.
There you go.
I'm glad you both had a nice Easter. All right, so should we try the healthy snack that we were talking
Yes.
about? I can tell everyone's waiting for that.
Well, yeah, because with winter, fruit's not in season. We're fine, like the frozen. And talking earlier, I'm tired of eating the same thing. I need to switch it up.
Yeah.
Because then you don't want it anymore, and then you overeat something else. That's why I have like my staples I'll eat, but then I'm always looking for new recipes. I'm always saving new things to try. So you need to switch it up. So the healthy snack I found today, it has this kind of a crunchy, and it does actually have some fruit in it, but it's fresh fruit. So
I know, that's why I can't wait till I go to the produce store. Like put up on the
it's hard, and only certain things are in season, and it's hard. You don't want to get things that are shipped from across the country. So I brought my own cutting board.
She's prepared.
I know.
Yes.
So I love apples, almond butter. So cut it. So I like to cut little slices to kind of make them like apple rings.
Oh, okay.
Right. And the core is kind of hard, so you gotta
Just be careful with that knife.
I know. I was practicing. So then I kind of cut out the middle because you don't want the seeds. Then you can kind of pop it out.
So we're making a healthy snack.
There we go. All right. So you kind of cut that out. So we have a little apple ring. I'll make 2, so you can both try it if you'd like.
Oh, there you go. Really, if you'd like. She doesn't know us
Hello,
very
food
well.
addicts, yes.
No, but
Emotional eating.
I love apple and almond butter. I'll actually make it for a whole lunch sometimes. Like I'll cut up a big apple. I'll use almond butter and granola because then you have the sweet, the crunch, a little bit of both. So I love almond butter. I like it actually better than peanut butter.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's better for you. I find it tastier, healthier. You have a better chance of getting less ingredients, healthier ingredients compared to peanut butter. I've actually compared peanut butters, and the only ingredient was peanuts. The other one had like 10 ingredients and things you couldn't even actually pronounce. So it's interesting.
I use almond butter in my smoothie.
I
To
use
switch
it in
it up.
mine too. I have one, it's chocolate, and I put almond butter in it and a little almond milk and actually a little banana too. It's actually really good. I just spread on the almond butter. You can put as much as you want.
Did you hear that?
As much as you want. Yeah.
Well, you could be eating a lot worse things. Things you have in the house, you can use if you like walnuts, if you like really anything. Right?
Seeds are good. I like,
Seeds are good too.
yeah.
All the time. Like anything.
They do like flax and like chia seeds.
Yeah.
Flax, so seeds a good one. Then I actually use raw cacao because it's actually the #1 superfood. It has a lot of healthy ingredients, and think it's bad for you. But this is raw cacao. You can buy it in Whole Foods, different stores. It comes in nibs, like I'm going to use on these, but it also comes in powders. So you can put it in smooth yogurt. It has a lot of health benefits. It is the #1 fighter in heart disease. So people think chocolate and think of the cavities and the sugar and all of that, but that actually comes from the filler ingredients added after the bean. Its raw form, it is actually good for you.
It's in the raw form. It's cacao.
Yes.
Okay. And I
Love
learned
those
from an
names.
article that I read that cacao is actually the tree that it comes from, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So I've been reading up on this stuff.
Jude, I actually just had an article published on raw cacao.
Congratulations.
Bravo.
It was published by ladieslife.com if anybody wants to read, and it was kind of funny timing. So it's kind of messy, but if you'd like to try. And you can add
That
some
could be
people
like a meal.
Does make great lunch.
Kind of has the crunch, the chocolate.
It's good.
That is pretty darn tasty.
Mhm.
You like it?
Oh yeah.
And I like almond butter in the winter. I've like real months ago, because if you notice in the different seasons, your body will kind of crave different things.
Mhm.
Like in the summer, you want the fruits, the vegetables, the salads. In the winter, I want grounding, like for my lunches. So I discovered almond butter, apples, granola. That was my favorite.
This is good. It feels like I'm eating like candy. It has your nuts. Oh, I'm getting my little nibs on me. It is very, very good. And I would sit here and chew, but we're on TV. So I'm going to.
Really good.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm glad you liked it.
That was easy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
simple.
I mean-
I could do this.
I could do this at work.
And you said we can have as much of this as we want.
Within reason. Yeah, within reason. It's a better snack compared to like a bag of chips or something like that. So
Absolutely. Well, you wouldn't. This would really be filling. I don't think you would.
This,
I think
to
once you
me,
got through this
Yeah,
ring,
like,
you'd be like, and
I
then-
think like one ring and you would
And
be
you'd be
full.
good.
Yeah.
yeah, because you
I
got
don't
too
think I
much
could do the
other
whole-
stuff.
Yeah.
So if you have like a sweet tooth in the middle of the afternoon, you have the almond butter, you have the raw cacao, so kind of.
And it looks like
Cookie.
it looks like a cookie, but just when you made it,
Mhm.
all right, simple ingredients, this looks appetizing.
Yeah. Yes.
I could bring this stuff, put it in my desk drawer, and
Yep.
boom,
Yeah.
done.
Instead of dreading, oh, I have to eat healthy.
Mhm.
Well, and it's another way to get. I'm supposed to be eating apples, pears.
Well, yes,
You know,
exactly.
for my my cough,
Mhm.
and you could do this with pears. You could do
You
this with any
absolutely-
crispy,
Mhm.
crunchy.
I was even thinking like peaches.
Oh, yeah.
Stone fruit.
Mhm.
Heck
Whatever
yeah.
kind of fruit you like. Strawberries, anything.
Now let's talk, I think we talked about this last time. And we were just talking about craving. I'm on this cheese kick.
Okay.
And what is, like I've been doing the Laughing Cow,
Mm-hmm.
but besides that, is there another type of cheese you can eat?
I think it kind of depends on what your body likes, because I know some people can handle lactose, some people can't. I know mine doesn't particularly well. So just kind of deciding what kind of cheese your body can handle, reading labels, reading ingredients, things
Okay.
like that. You don't want anything that's too processed. Like you look at like the single slips of cheese that are in plastic wrap. It's like you probably wouldn't want something
Yeah,
like
like I'm
that.
talking like, you know, how you go
Real
in and you buy
cheese.
like
Yeah.
real cheese.
I would
Yeah.
get real cheese,
Um,
as real as you can.
My husband had congestive heart failure. He's restricted to Swiss cheese.
I like Swiss.
It's the least, has the least amount of salt, and I forget what all they said, but that if he wants cheese, that's what he's stuck with, whether he likes it or not.
I like Swiss, and I've been doing the I shouldn't say the name, sorry, but I've been doing that. But again, like, okay, I need a change now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would
Okay.
just read ingredients. You don't want, like, cheese shouldn't have too many ingredients.
Okay,
So I would stick with that.
okay. Well, thank you for our healthy snack.
This
No
is really good.
Yes, yes.
I'm glad you like it.
Thank you. I know, I
Any
can't.
questions from the
Yes,
audience?
what questions do we have for Caitlin?
How many calories is about?
That,
0.
Yeah, we wish.
off
We're
the
gonna
top
get
of
that
my head,
lucky.
but not too many, because almonds aren't too bad for you, and probably the most is cacao. But I always read labels. I look at serving sizes and things like that. So you're just be conscious of it, and it's not too many.
And the Kit Kat number.
So if you're looking at a candy bar,
Mhm.
you want a higher form of it. And looking at bars, you'll see like 85% of
Mhm.
cocoa, which is, the wording is so similar, but you always want to go with the cacao.
So Caitlin, you put a small, like a thin coating of the almond butter. If that's the thing that would give the most calories, and someone wanted to do the whole apple,
Mhm.
they should be very thin on the almond butter.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter how many almonds or how
I don't worry
the-
about almonds.
And how about the cacao nibs? They're okay. They're low in calories, and the apple's not that much. So really, it's the almond butter would be
Yeah.
the only thing.
Yep.
And that looked about, what, a teaspoon?
Probably even less.
I was gonna say probably a serving is a tablespoon or
Yeah,
whatever.
serving of that almond butter is actually two
2
tablespoons.
tablespoons. So
Wow.
Mhm.
if you took that 2 and then just kind of only use 2,
Mhm.
you know, figure out how much you got to spread to only use
Yeah.
the 2. You're good.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
That it was, I'm telling you, it's a shame you're not here because I'm going to share. You have to try this. It's very good. Okay, next we have Chris, and Chris is going to talk to us, do some meditation. We've been consistently doing meditation every week, and if you haven't meditated, you have to try it. Doing it, starting to see the changes and the benefits. So
They say that if 4% of the population meditates, the world would be a better place.
I believe
I've
that.
heard
I
That's what I'm reading.
And I was truly skeptical. You know me, I'm the resident skeptic. And the first, I said after the first time we did it in group, I said, I'm going to do this week. You got to try. And the first day I said, oh yeah, I'm a lifer. Because it makes a huge difference in my day. And if something happens and I don't do it before I leave the house for the day, it's a bad day.
You can,
Yeah.
you're off.
You're just off
You can take little breaks during the day.
and do it.
You know, if you have the privacy in your own office or go to the ladies' room.
I do the Om in my head.
They're all
Nice.
used to seeing me turn around from my desk and I do this and they all know, just don't talk to her because she's umming.
And you see minutes.
It
Mhm.
does. I mean, if you have never said Om before, try it. Let's do it all now.
Shall
Ready?
I say it?
Om. hands.
One more time. Have you gotten your husbands to try it yet?
Of course.
Yeah.
Richie does whatever.
Michael just looks at me like, yeah, okay, no.
They say that the word Om, actually, when you say that, your body resonates, a healing vibration, and it's very therapeutic.
I
I
think it's great.
like I Reiki myself every day, and I've incorporated Oming into my Reiki before I go to bed.
Should we do a meditation now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in light and release any negativity. One more deep breath. Close your eyes gently, smile on your face, and just be in your own space with your Om. Here's your prayer for the week. May you be your own best friend, kind, gentle, and loving, accepting of who you are, and improving. May you enjoy the ease of your own well-being, and may you release the unwanted weight with grace and just be in the moment. Open your eyes when you're ready. You both look very serene.
Yeah,
It's very relaxing.
it is very.
Is everybody relaxed? And that was just beautiful.
Thank you.
That just fell right into like our
Our
nurturing
whole
and our
thing.
yes.
I prepared something else, and when Deb hired to write that. So
That is
that was
there you
for us
go.
for tonight.
Yeah, that is. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Bravo.
you.
Thank you
Yes.
for doing your journey with us.
I'm enjoying it, and thank all of you because you guys support me, help me, coach me. So, it's a group effort. It really is, and I'm excited. The spring is here.
Spring is here.
It was so nice to walk yesterday. It really was.
Maybe in a future program we can do walking meditation.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Or maybe
I'm
we
thinking
can
of that.
incorporate next month on the show. It's going to be our exercise.
Okay.
We're having a personal trainer, I believe.
Yep.
I think April's going to come talk about and then you could do the walking meditation.
That would be great.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
that would be fun. So yeah, so this month we're going to nurture and renew. Then we're going to kick it up next month, like, Emerald. Bam! Exercising.
It's a bam. Kind of a
Does,
girl.
does anyone have questions for Chris on meditation? Yes.
Chris, what do you do when your mind won't stop running?
You gently go back to the mantra. It goes lots away. You keep doing it until you just have the mantra again.
Okay, thank you.
Just gently go back to the
Can you do it out loud?
do it in your head, and you start by saying it loudly to yourself, and then gradually softer and softer.
How long is
Start out with 5-10 minutes. Work up to 18 or 20. 2 times a day, they say, is ideal.
Okay.
Sun up and sun down. Good rule of
Someday I
thumb.
might be asleep.
And you know what? Sometimes I fall asleep when I'm doing my meditating.
And they say that's okay. You need the sleep more than you would need the meditation.
It's good. You feel refreshed.
And if you're not feeling well, you can meditate for longer.
It was huge.
It does. I mean, I took the class that you had, and I've faithfully been practicing it. And your body almost knows when, if you don't do it at that certain time.
Like a rejuvenation.
It is. Are there any questions from anyone in the chat room or anyone else? We have a lot of great things coming up at R3, so please check out our website, r3wellnesscenter.com. Our Facebook page is Journey with Lisa. So thank you all for coming and for your support. Thank you.